BobArt.
Bob.
Welcome to the show where Bob buys art supplies and BobArt reviews them.
And you get to watch.
BobArt's pro artist. I'm not.
Bob, what do you got today?
Before you open it, did you know today's a really special episode?
Is it?
Yep. You know why?
No.
Because you're in it.
Oh, that was really
Now open what I got you. No pocket for you today, but you'll still find a way.
You bought weird things. These are called ArtistSponges. There's 6 of them. They are natural and synthetic sponge bag. Flip them over. Use with acrylic, oils, watercolors, fabric paints, or dyes. Ideal for sponge painting, faux finishes, tile, staining, stippling, pottery, ceramic.
You bought something weird.
You did. Decorative sponge painting, enhance your room projects. Nope.
So,
Before starting, rinse sponge thoroughly before using, squeezing out excess water. Never allow paint to dry in your sponges.
so far in the show, I've only bought you things that you can apply that are like pigments or like pins, etc. But never just, what would you call it, an art utensil?
A tool.
A tool. Sea creatures.
Oh gosh, feel this. I don't like the way this feels.
It's a little bit harder than I would expect, but you know.
Ooh, I like this one a lot. I like the style it's got. Oh, that one's
So,
got
all right.
good texture too.
Have you ever painted with a sponge?
Yes.
You have?
Yes.
Do you like it? Do you hate it? Are all sponges made the same?
No, obviously, because
Which one do you like better?
This is well, to touch them,
Mhm.
I would rather touch this one than that one. It gives icky, scratchy feelings for me. But for painting, I'm gonna pick 2.
Before we get started, do you think that sponges are an essential kit for artists?
There's lots of different types of artists.
Okay.
Okay, so
Well, this is good for a bunch of stuff.
yeah, and different artists work in different ways. So
Yeah.
you know what I do for a living,
Good.
right? But none of us do it the same, correct?
Okay. Yes.
Correct. Okay,
Sure.
so this is what I will say about sponges. Should you pick one of these up and go paint with it? Absolutely.
Yeah.
Because it's playful, and at the art,
Playful.
the heart of good art is play.
Oh, it had a rhyme to it.
Heart
I think that means
Art.
it's true.
is good play, right? So go and play with it. But if you play with it and you're like, I am infuriated and I don't want to touch this ever again, don't. Throw it away.
All right.
Hand
I don't
it to
know if that
someone
answered
else.
my question, but
So
spoken
let's
like
say
a-
no, I guess.
okay. All right.
This one has
So no,
lots of
not
good
an
facets.
essential. Not an essential.
Not an essential, but play is essential.
Do you want to say anything more about sponges before you have to roll for your art prompt today?
So this is synthetic. This is a natural. This came out of the ocean.
I would like to say something.
Okay.
This kind of looks like the moon.
Kind of reminds me of cheese, but like cheap cheese. Did you sniff? No! I think I got stuff up
Hold
my
on.
nose.
These are the synthetic, right?
Yeah. I'm
The
scared.
natural don't smell anything.
I'm scared to inhale that deeply.
But the synthetic definitely do smell like something that is not great. Not great at all. I will say on the directions, it says rinse, squeeze, apply paint.
Yes.
And then in another language, it says in Jugar, exprimer, applique la pintura.
I think you're offending people.
And then
So do you want to follow the instructions and rinse these out?
I feel like they need to be wet, maybe.
Depends.
The
Different.
wetter the better. Should we roll for an art prompt?
Oh, where'd you go? The funny thing is we own several.
Nerd.
Nerd. I think it's gonna be 93.
Wait.
It's definitely 93.
Sunrise.
Oh, yay! I'm so excited. Okay, thoughts.
So my mind immediately goes
Can I
to
pick a playset?
yeah.
Bye.
Bye.
I'm back!
She's back. My mind immediately goes based on sunrise. Sunrise? Is it sunrise or sunset?
Aren't they the same? I don't think they're that different unless you know which way you're looking.
Sunrise. But I think I'm gonna do a sunset, and you can fight me if you want.
Oh, I can't.
By the way, you can paint along with us. You can do this. I mean, I'm sure you have a sponge somewhere. Mom's loofah, your loofah.
Don't use your mom's.
Rinse is out.
No.
Loofah, you could use a dish sponge, like that could be fun. Like that's very similar to what we have here.
I mean, go to the dollar store and pick up a pack, yeah, but leave your mom's stuff alone. She's
Okay,
really
sure,
bad.
whatever.
Don't
and
get
then
the people in trouble.
paint along with us, sunrise or sunset. Have your pick, and send it to us if you want.
Oh, that's my.
We love your art.
I love your art.
I think we'll love your art.
Well, yeah.
We'll love your art.
I like looking.
I
at
like
it.
your art already. I can tell you're following along with us.
All right.
Clean slate. I kind of want to use the watercolor set from the
Last episode.
last episode.
It's right there.
Okay.
It's nearby.
My
water.
Noise.
You almost
Noise.
mess that one
I
up.
really go back and watch this episode. I like this set. So which sponges are you gonna go for?
These
This
two
one
are.
that kind of looks like a standard poodle.
No, these are mine.
Those are yours. Okay. I have a question. Like, if you don't like the shape, can you just?
Yeah. But did you not like the shape, or did you just want to do that?
Are we supposed to get it wet?
I'm getting a lot of texture, but it's not what I want right this second. Speed run.
I don't know. I like this in water.
Shame.
No, I didn't. I didn't leave this in water.
Shame.
I
Shame.
think it's fine.
No. Actually, that one's from a very convenient store.
Okay.
I buy them in big packs sometimes.
7-Eleven.
No,
Not a
Right.
sponsor.
not a sponsor. I
Wish they would.
buy them in big packs because, again, go back to the episode where I told you you'll use the things that are not so expensive, they feel precious, right?
Mhm.
And I, on occasion, have ruined a few brushes. I've actually ruined my favorite one, and it was expensive. It's right here, actually. I'm gonna let the viewers see it. This is before I knew that you weren't supposed to put your paintbrushes in water and leave them overnight. This is a watercolor paintbrush. It cracks the veneer, and sometimes when you paint with this, it comes back off. But the brush is still good. You can see this is a bit wiggly now. It's not supposed to be, but it's still a good paintbrush. Sorry, paintbrush. I have abused you. I'm sorry. I've also owned that paintbrush for like, I want to say 15 years now. Like, I've owned that paintbrush longer than
Way to date yourself.
I've.
So I haven't actually used the sponge yet.
Okay. What are you waiting for? Magic?
What are you waiting for? I'm waiting for the right moment, BobArt.
Don't stress about it. It's not that good.
I'm a little stressed, okay.
That's silly.
The only thing I'm having a little bit of a challenge. Call it
Okay.
challenging.
Let's call it a
It's a
challenge.
little challenging.
Let's call it what it is. It's a bit challenging for Bob.
Spit challenging for me.
Call your struggles
is
to the front.
is that
Put it into words. Use your words.
I don't know how to get the paint onto the sponge very well. Like, it's harder.
You have a palette.
Or you want me to, like, you think maybe, like, paint just a little
You
part?
could do that, or you could just paint the sponge.
You paint the sponge?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Do a little dance with your sponge. Do a little dance with your sponge. Do a little dance and we'll make you do a prance and you'll feel good about your sponge.
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 You know what I completely forgot?
Hmm?
This. Hey, BobArt, what am I?
Sponge. Top. Sponge. Bob SquarePants.
Alright.
For the viewers, BobArt really loves sunsets. More than I should.
She really does. Like,
They
honestly,
don't even have to be crazy.
they
Like,
could be mediocre, and I think you're
really-
in.
yeah.
You're like, wow.
yeah,
And I'm
I see
like,
the
well, it's
same.
kind of like a normal.
I see the same sunset every night, and I'm like, man, that is the best sunset I've ever seen. Every time. I ain't mad. I ain't mad about today's prompt. I ain't mad about today's nothing.
You know, I'm actually really enjoying the prompt too today. We recently just got back from a trip. It was a day trip for about 10 days on the Oregon coast. And what they had there, you know, the sunrises were okay, but the sunsets were quite nice. This is where the
I was
inspiration,
wondering what was going on.
why I had a lighthouse.
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
gonna leave you alone.
How are you? How's your life going? Good. Oh, or maybe not, maybe not. Well, we're here for you. Whatever you need.
Well, not whatever.
Well,
Don't call me for money.
yeah,
Leave me out of that.
within reasonable.
'Cause I'm-
Maybe just paint with us. So, BobArt, we were quite young, and we were walking the streets of the city that we lived in, and we walked past this gallery. And keep in mind, BobArt's been an artist for quite some time, ever since I met her. Before that, actually. Before that. Anyways, so we walk past this gallery, and she says, man, I wish I could be in a gallery. And I said, all you have to do is just go in and you know, try. And she's like, what are you even talking about? Like, you can't just walk into a gallery and like have a place there. And I'm like, I'm gonna go talk to them right now. And she's like, don't, please don't. And I'm like, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna go.
You did.
I did. So I walked into the studio and I met the owner, because the owner was there that night. And she was super nice. And I basically told her, hey, my partner at the time is a really, really amazing artist, and I would like to show you some of her art. So I pulled up some pictures on my phone, showed her some, and she was like, you should submit to the gallery because I really like her art, and I think she has a spot here. And so she submitted, got into the gallery.
It was the wildest.
And that was our first like collaboration between arts and weird sales, I guess.
How'd you just
So
rip
believe in
yours?
yourself. That's the moral of the story. Believe in yourself. As for me, I'm an idiot. I'm just
Believe in yourself.
believe in yourself, but I'm an art idiot. So
Babe. Bob.
Hey, Bob. So you're drawing a picture based off of a reference. Okay.
That I took.
Yep. Beautiful. Where did you take it?
At the end of our road.
At the end of our road.
Yeah.
So we live in a pretty place.
We do live in a beautiful place.
We're in a pretty place with lots of pretty sunsets and sunrises. We have both. It's nice.
I know. It's one of those places that you're actually a little sad that you left home for a second.
I know some people are gonna be like, yeah, like everywhere has sunrises and sunsets. But like, for example, if you live in an apartment, in a building, and you always face west, then you're always gonna see a sunset. And you're never really gonna see a good sunrise. You're just like, oh, just step outside. Well, step outside, there might be a building blocking that. So don't take for granted if you live in a place and you have a sunrise and a sunset. So what kind of stuff was in the studio that you, was it? No, not a studio. Yeah. What kind of stuff was in the gallery?
That was the weird thing. It had so many different artists.
Well, what did you put in there?
Oh, abstract, acrylic, and watercolor. I really don't do abstract for myself. Not that I couldn't sell it, it's just abstract's like one of those fun things for me.
You're not really in a gallery now, but
No.
you don't want to be in a gallery
No.
now.
I have like clients and stuff.
We told you, believe in yourself and you can be in a gallery, but you may not want to be in a gallery.
Yeah, but that's like the sponges at the beginning of the conversation. We were talking about, you should try it. Go out. I encourage you, go try it.
Yeah.
And if you don't like it, that's okay. It can just be a chapter in your life that you went, done.
I think you thought it was great, right?
Yeah.
It's just that we moved.
We did move. And it wasn't something I wanted to pursue again. Like, I did it. Like, I did the thing.
Check the box.
Yeah, I'm done.
Another thing that maybe people don't think of when they're like, oh, I've been doing art and now I want to like make money off of it,
It becomes your job.
It makes it, the art that you do for work
And the art you
isn't necessarily as fulfilling as the work or the art that you do for yourself.
It's unfortunate. I won't say the stuff I've made for other people is bad, but you're then collaborating, and you're mostly collaborating on their side.
Their idea, yeah.
Yeah, you're not really.
Unless you're in a gallery.
Unless you're in a gallery. I've abandoned the sponge. I'm sorry.
But I guess the weird thing about a gallery is unless you get into like a really posh one, then you're also like optimizing for what people will buy, right?
Kind of. You have to kind of know your market, but you shouldn't be so generic that if I picked up your stuff, I wouldn't know who it is.
Right.
Like, you can't cater to the market so much that you lose
Right.
perspective as a person, because then you're just going to be noise. I don't have a set style. I think if you watch the BobArt show, I'll pull about 50 styles and it does not even bother me. Should I stop touching it?
Yes.
Is it because you're bored?
Well, I've been done for a while.
But I'm having fun.
Your fun must end. Because the show must end. And you must guess
I don't want it.
the price eventually. But first... Ta-da! So, judging from your face when we first opened the bag, you were not too excited about seeing sponges in there. But I'm looking at your end result, and I feel like
I did okay.
you changed your mind a little bit.
I mean...
Maybe you haven't worked with sponges in a long time?
I didn't know I was going to get a sunset. A sunset is like perfect for sponge work.
You thought it was going to be, okay.
But you know what I'm saying? I thought it was going to be something that needed like tight work.
Yeah.
And sponges are not meant for tight work. So if you're going to do a sponge, this is great. So sponges would be really great for backgrounds.
Yeah.
Like putting down a background. Maybe I wouldn't agree for watercolor necessarily.
Yeah.
You know the dragon you did in the last episode where you did the little sprays?
Yes.
A little after effect, like that would be fine in watercolor, but the main portion is hard.
Yeah. Let's talk about your art. So you use the sponge mainly in the cloud area, and then you use a brush down here.
Yeah, but I built a
Use
background.
your fingers at some point?
Yeah,
Somewhere?
my fingers are right there.
Oh, the edges, okay.
Yeah, there's a paintbrush up there.
Yeah.
Paintbrush there. This is a sponge again. But it was just layering. But I'm working in gouache, and I'm working in liquid gouache.
It's different.
You're not supposed to mush these in here. That's probably why you're supposed to wash them, because you can add bacteria to this palette.
Oh.
Yeah.
I didn't know that was a problem. Didn't know we were like fermenting things.
You
in your
can
palette.
ferment your paint. That's why you're supposed to use like a clean palette knife to get into your paints. I've never had a paint ferment on me yet, but even if I did,
She would know because she sniffs everything.
oh, thanks.
Yeah.
You have to, or you're not gonna know what went wrong.
Yeah.
What is the word? I prioritize the process over the rules, and sometimes that gets me in trouble. I recognize this.
Yeah.
But in this case, when we're playing around, I'd rather just have fun with it.
Let's talk about me.
Let's talk
My
about
art.
you and me.
It's okay. I don't hate it. Now I just kind of wish there wasn't a lighthouse there.
Why? Because it was hard to work around, wasn't it?
A little bit, yeah. But more like.
I like this
I
bit
had
of
to,
green that came up. You're like a little bit of algae.
Yeah. Did
Algae?
you notice there's a little green in this line there?
Yeah. That's
I'm
what
taking your advice about light bouncing.
bounce light.
Bounce light.
Yeah. No,
And,
it looks good. You got it in
And
there.
the same here. There's some yellow
Yellows.
that creeps in, and some green, and like from the waters.
Yeah.
Yeah. But immediately what I noticed is like I started to do the water as a sponge, and it looked like sea spray, and I was like, hey,
Oh, perfect.
that's
We got
kind
waves
of
now.
cool. Like there was like a little sea spray. But the thing I like the most about the sponge, it was easy to blend stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
The thing I really like is these natural sponges.
Have
They
texture.
have really deep crevices.
Mm-hmm.
And the deep crevices, if you have paint loaded in there and it's not too wet and you squish it down, it actually leaves negative space that I can't do by hand. There's no way I could do that negative space by hand. And that makes for a really cool, like, a really cool cloud texture, you know, stuff like
So-
that. I can't do the sea spray by hand. There's no way.
So we always get to a point in BobArt Bob where I realize I should have given you information at the beginning, because I forgot that you're not an artist.
I'm not an artist.
So there's
How many times do I have to tell you this?
There's a couple different
It's
painting
the whole
techniques.
show.
Okay, and I meant to mention it and I completely forgot.
Yeah.
So you can use a wet sponge in wet paint.
Yeah.
And you'll get like a blobby texture, right?
Right.
You can use a dry sponge and pick up just a little bit of paint, and it's called dry brushing.
Okay.
Okay. So I've got it on here, right? And if I just come in and I just touch like that, you'll see it leaves a different texture.
How much do you think this sponge set was? 6 pieces, natural and synthetic. And you don't know, natural, it could have been sourced from Germany.
$3 and
Turkey,
58 cents.
How much?
$3.58.
$3.58.
Would it hurt my feelings?
Yeah,
I
yeah.
don't know.
What would be like top range?
$10.
Before the coupon, $6.99.
Okay, that's not bad. I will let you in on a secret. that
Coupon?
You can buy them elsewhere for cheaper.
Look elsewhere. Coupon took a $1.39 off, so $5.60.
See, that's reasonable for me.
So-
I mean, 7's a little steep because, like, these things are like nickels to make. I kid you not, these
Yeah.
are very cheap to make.
That's $5 US, by the way. So if you got $5 US or equivalent currency, or maybe less,
Or you live next to a store that sells things for approximately $1.
much less, go buy some sponges.
Get some sponges.
I like your art, BobArt.
Like your art, Bob.
Thanks for joining us. Like and subscribe, and
We'll see you next time.
see you next time. Send us your art. We're on Instagram. You could probably send us your art that way.
I want to see your art.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Right, friend. Let's pack it up.